Steve Adubato here at the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey. This is part of a series of interviews we are doing that's simply called Help for Our Heroes. It talks all about veterans in the state and the nation, but particularly here in New Jersey and what they need. We are honored to be joined by Ray Zawacki, who is Deputy Commissioner, New Jersey Department of Veteran Affairs. Good to see you, Ray.
Good to see you.
Biggest issues veterans in New Jersey face are?
Probably, in my view, it's homelessness and PTSD problems.
Post-traumatic stress.
Post-traumatic
Describe
stress.
what that means for people. They hear that acronym all the time.
Well, basically, it's defined as being an episode or a condition that results from trauma, from experiencing trauma, and such as the trauma of combat. Some folks, post-traumatic stress is a long-term thing, and other folks, it's not that long-term. But getting the individual to recognize that they have it and getting into treatment for it, because there is treatment for it, is the important thing, and that's what we focus on.
How hard is that? I mean, this whole outreach thing. I mean, part of the reason we got into this with the Healthcare Foundation is to try to look at outreach to veterans. First of all, how do they find services? How does services find them? How does the state do it?
Well, we refer a lot of our veterans to the Veterans Administration, the United States Veterans Administration, the VA.
They doing any better, by the way?
I think they are, and they haven't, really, we've never had that much of a problem in New Jersey. The problems have been minimal, except for South Jersey. That's a different story.
Why is that different?
Well, because they have two hospitals that serve them, one in Philadelphia and one in Wilmington, Delaware. So if you live in Cape May County,
I mean, it's not New Jersey. They have to cross the border?
They have to cross the border for specialized care. Now there's a lot of community-based outpatient clinics, but they don't provide all the services that veterans need, specialty care in particular.
Is mental health at the top of the list in terms of, I mean, there's so many needs. You got homelessness, or employment, or underemployment, or unemployment. You got substance abuse issues. But when it deals with mental health, and I know they're not all separate, they come together in so many ways. Do you consider mental health the #1 issue facing vets? Probably is,
primarily because of PTS, post-traumatic stress. That's probably what causes that. It causes that to be one of the top priority items.
How do people know? How do veterans know? And how do those around them know that there is a mental health issue, A, and B, how confident are you that those who need it are reaching out and getting it, the help?
That's part of the problem, because a lot of individuals experience the symptoms. There are various symptoms that come along with the condition. Sleeplessness, a whole variety of issues.
Anxiety.
Trigger things such as, loud noises or explosions. It can trigger off episodes that the individual would sooner forget. But getting that individual to recognize that they have it, a lot of people don't want to bring it forward because it's stigmatized.
If people reached out for the state, A, where would they reach out for and what would they get?
We have a network of veteran service officers out in the communities. We've got 16 of those, 2 supervisors, and they cover all 21 counties. So all the individual has to do is pick up a phone.
What do they call?
And call a veteran service officer, and he or she will refer them to the appropriate source. Sometimes it's us. We have a network of docs that provide care for veterans with.
The state has that.
The state has that.
And is there a certain number? Again, we'll put it up in post-production, but there is a number?
There is a number that they can contact, and I've got it with me.
That's all right. Don't worry. We'll put it up on the air later. But
Yeah,
the human beings on the other end? Because
Yes.
part of the thing I'm
Yes.
concerned about, a lot of people are concerned about, is do you get a human being? Do you get a person? Do you get a recording? Is there a bureaucracy involved? I'm going to break right through it.
No, and I think if you interview General Graham, Mark Graham.
We are interviewing General Graham.
He can
Connected to the records
elaborate
program,
on that.
right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But yes, there is always a live.
That's a 24-hour. By the
very-
way, with General Graham, sorry for interrupting. That's a 24-hour hotline. 7 days a week, 24/7. There's someone on the other line.
Correct. And we value that very highly because and the VA is, I don't want to pick on them, but you call that hotline, for instance, the suicide prevention line.
What's on the other end?
And you get a menu that you got to go through first.
Yeah, that's what you need is a menu when you're thinking about suicide.
Exactly. So we're trying to convince them that you got to do a little better, and they're trying. They're making an effort under Secretary Shulkin.
By the way, Secretary Shulkin, David Shulkin, actually comes out of New Jersey from one of the major healthcare systems in the state. Went down there to do that. Before I let you go, do you have reason to believe that Shulkin and others in the VA are really committed to improving services for veterans?
Oh, I do, especially him, because he is his background, his civilian background, but when he came to the VA, he actually was involved in instituting the Choice Care Act, which frees up the VA to permit a veteran that can't traverse to a Philadelphia or a Wilmington easily to get care at the community.
Right.
And he was one of the authors of that act, so he knows. So I think he's committed. Now he's involved in improving that act.
A lot of work to be done.
A lot of work to be done.
Ray Zawacki, who is the Deputy Commissioner, New Jersey Department of Veteran Affairs, we thank you for joining us as we continue to try to help.
It's good being.
Thank you so much.
Good being here.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Agnes Veris NJTV studio at 2 Gateway. Funding has been provided by New Jersey Sharing Network, the Terrell Fund, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, Georgian Court University, Valley National Bank, the New Jersey Association of Health Underwriters, and by Fedway Associates. Promotional support provided by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and by Observer New Jersey Politics.